see the yokai unless they're hit directly by the light. There it is! That must be the vile monster!
What's going on, guys? It is your boy Cash, and today we are going over Jibanyan, the boy, the young man, the guy that I consider the best, and of course we saved the best for last. The yokai event is finally over, so it is a way, I think, to go out with the boy and kind of go over. And I wanted to ask you guys, just like, how did you guys think of the overall event now that it's over, now that we are going to go into, you know, the standard gameplay loop? Did you guys get all the yokai characters? Did you get none, which is hard because I think there's a selector in one of the bonuses, but you know, did you get all your Bizarrias? Did you even want to get Bizarria? Did you like not even use her and just use her as purple star fodder? What did you guys do in the event? And secondly, I wanted to go over Jibanyan because he was the most interesting character. I know you guys are like, it's a guy, talk about the guy, but he's so interesting because if you guys didn't know, the yokai are actual, at least Jibanyan, at least from what I can tell. I know that there's others, but he's actually a ghost. He dies. It's like, I was like, yo, this is some heavy stuff here. This dude dies by saving his owner from getting hit by a truck. His owner stands over him and says, I'm so, you know, I can't believe that this cat just died by getting hit by a truck. Jibanyan misunderstands or mishears her and hears her say, oh, that's so lame, and he thinks that she is telling him that he is a lame cat. So in the afterlife, he tries to fight cars. He tries to fight cars to try to get stronger, to make it that his owner could be proud of him in the afterlife. That is so deep. And then eventually he figures out that she actually wasn't calling him lame, she was calling herself lame for not be a proper pet owner and protect her cat. But it was just so deep. I was like, yo, this is kind of crazy. This is kind of crazy. Look at this dopey thing. And it really made me want to, like, actually, and I someone else said it in the comments before, they was like, man, I started watching yokai and I got hooked, man. I'm on episode 1 billion, whatever the hell he said. And I'm thinking like, damn, I kind of want to watch it now too, because it sounds pretty interesting. Like, if you think if Pokemon started off with, well, Pikachu dies in the beginning of the Pikachu's dead and he's a ghost, you know, stuff like that. This whole series revolves around like a bunch of, you know, yokai, which are, if I'm not mistaken, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, is literally about a bunch of things after becoming a yokai. So like I said, becoming a yokai, which is like a spirit that is pretty much a ghost, which is a ghost is a spirit that someone dies and they don't really accept their death. They're not willing to go out of the world. They cannot rest peacefully. So he could not rest peacefully until he became strong enough to beat a truck, which is tremendously hard for a cat, as you guys can imagine. So yeah, he gets his revenge on passing trucks. It's so sad. It was such a sad little story. And then you finally, you should see it. You should see it. I would put it up here because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get copyrighted just for the little intro that I put in. Because if you guys don't know, I get copyrighted all the time trying to make these funny intros for you guys. So hey, hit up that Patreon. I gotta update it anyway. But anyway, we're gonna go into the guide here. Let's talk about this character. Now, this character I boasted as being one of the best in the business when I first saw his kit. So let's go off with the leader skill. Evasive meow-maneuvers. I know it's maneuvers, but it's like meow-maneuvers. Whatever. He actually gives evasion to everyone, unlike Hovers, Selfish behind, who gives it only gives it to Dark. He actually gives evasion to everyone, which is going to be really important when we go down the line. Now let's Triumphant increases evasion by 50% and nullifies damage taken if the caster is smug, reduces cooldowns of all skill by 1 turn, and increases attack by 15% for 1 turn each time an ally or enemy turns end if the caster is smug. We'll look at the slowdown. So slowdown, 100% chance at the start of the wave, and 79% chance when an enemy dies to become smug for 1 turn. Decreases all enemies evasion by 50% when smug cannot stack. So obviously you can't like stack smugs, which means that pretty much it keeps replenishing itself. Now here is smug. Oh, okay, there's smug. Become smug to activate passive effects. Taking damage removes the effect. So this was the only thing that I didn't know when I was first looking at him initially, is that I did not know that smug actually is removable. It is removable, and that is why evasion on this character is so important. That's why evasion is here. That's why he has evasion when he's smug. So this combined automatically is about 65% evasion, but you're gonna want the max, which I think is 75, so at least a 10 somewhere. So you gotta go and find it somewhere, because as you can see, as long as he doesn't get actually hit, he will obviously not take damage, but he keeps being smug. His attack will be increased, and also his cooldowns will keep getting cycled. So let's look at all his other skills to see how important that is, because it's very important. Very important. All right, so S1 is the sharp claws. Inflicts damage equal to 100% of attack to one target. Very brain Jane, pretty plain Jane, but as you can see here on level 3, inflicts damage equal to blah blah blah, then additional damage dealt if the caster is smug. So obviously you want to get that. That's really good. And then of course, ignore defense on the S1. Had the jacket from the man hover himself. Ignore defense and does 50% additional damage if the caster is smug. The S1 is really good, obviously, but it's still not what I would suggest leveling up first if you were to ask me. Let's go to the S2. Inflicts damage equal to 200% of attack, single target, S2 nuke, 80% chance to burn the target for 2 turns, right? And then boop, boop. Nothing crazy here. It does get 100% at level 3, which is really good. And for 3 turns at that, so it's really good, obviously, but all of a sudden Blaze comes out of nowhere at level 6. Now you have 100% chance to burn for 3 turns, which we got 3 turns ago. So pretty much after this point, you're pretty much doing this if you want to get that Blaze on there as well. Obviously, the Blaze is really good if you're building an attacker. It's the next hit will scale up your attack. So pretty good stuff, but is the last thing I think you would level up. I honestly think that this will be, it's on a low cooldown too, 3-turn cooldown. And as you already know, his skills are going to be cycling and all that good stuff. But again, I would actually level this up last. This would be second, because this right here, the Paws of Fury, is what I would level up first and foremost. First of all, inflicts damage equal to an absurd amount of attack to all enemies and evades counterattack. So when he uses this move, you cannot hit him back. Don't try it. He's gonna dodge it, or I think he just doesn't take damage. I don't actually remember which one it was. He also inflicts damage equal to 50% of attack to a random target, similar to I think Komajiro, Koma-san, who just hits another target randomly, right? The caster becomes smug. Now this is the thing, is that yes, he can become, when he's smug, he has all these buffs, but he does not become smug at the beginning of the wave. If you notice, it did not say that anywhere. Actually, it says it right here. I just lied to you. 100% chance at the start of the wave. So he actually does become smug in the beginning. I'm sorry, I forgot. I was like, I could have swore. So he does become it in the beginning of the fight, but it doesn't matter because all his cooldowns are already up. So the only cool thing is that he starts gaining his attack boost. That's about it. But you want to be able to go into it again just in case. And plus, this does an absurd amount of damage. His S3 does more than his S1. It does almost about as equal as a single target nuke on base. And if you can just 315, which is probably about, look at this, 320, pretty strong AoE hitting everyone, right? And you can't counterattack him, which is really strong. As we level this up, then it's going to turn from 1 time, and then it's going to be 2 random targets, then 3, then 4, then 5, and then it stays at 5, but then the caster stays smug for 2 additional turns. Now, what's crazy about the smug here is that every turn, as it says here, he literally lowers his cooldowns. So the reason why this is so strong, unlike other people's AoEs, is because that you're pretty much going to primarily be using the S3. That's kind of what they want you to do. Keep your smug on, because this doesn't give you smug. This doesn't give you smug. Remember, if you kill a person, you have a 75% chance to get smug, which is nice, but this will automatically give it to you, plus kill and hit everyone. So not kill, but it will hit everyone, right? So that's kind of what you're looking for. And of course it has that extra original damage. So I would obviously level this up. It's going to do a lot of massive damage AoE, also hit a couple other targets a couple times as well, and give you smug for a long while. Then if you have any luck at multi-striking, then you'll follow up with this, right, which is crazy amount of damage. and you know, ignore defense. It does more damage if he's smug, which he should be. If you multi-strike, that's the whole point of it. Also, since he is evading, obviously if you have some counter on the boy, then he will hit back with this and it will do more damage because he is smug. I think you guys get the gist of it. The S2 just seems underwhelming in the grand scheme of things, because if you can hit everyone for about this much damage for 200% and this is 210, why would you just not use this move unless it's not up? This is 5-turn cooldown, and it, at level 4 goes down to 4. That means all you need to do amongst your allied brethren and the enemy is get 4 turns to pass by, and that's all you need. That's literally all you need, is 4 turns to pass by when this is maxed out, and then boom, he's right back at it again. Or so, you know, like, that's really cool. That's really cool. And then you just win. You just win because he's evading the whole time, so he's not taking damage. And the what's crazy part about it is when you actually do bypass his evasion, like you actually hit him, he won't take damage because it nullifies the damage. That's how you know that his smug is gone, and you'll see it. It will say that the damage, all damage immunity or something like that. It says something and it'll let you know. I'll show you guys later. But that's why he's so strong. He's an attacker that has an insane defensive capability to not be hit, and it's what ties in to him being this ghost cat, and the fact that, you know, he's trying to fight and learn how to be able to dodge in like these trucks and be able to not be hit by a truck to get back to his owner. So it all goes full circle, you know, all the memories and all the cool stuff. So let's go to his base stats. If you guys have been following the series, you guys will know that SSR attackers have the same attack, HP, and defense. They're all the same amongst all SSR attackers. Can't change it, but what we can change here is going to be the attack speed, which he's going to be at 559. He's not going to be the quickest cat out of the litter box. I think it would have been great if he was like hover, if he can get that turn off quick, but then he would be a little bit too overtuned and a little bit unbalanced. But so he's a little bit on the slower side. That's probably why he starts off smug, so he can actually dodge a little bit to get his turn, and that's kind of how his mechanic works. So you don't really need to give him extra speed unless you again want him just to hurry up and go first, but he already has smug in the beginning of the turn, so he will pretty much has a decent shot, especially if you're using his leader, to dodge like at least 1 attack, you know, so keep that in mind. If we go to gear, you don't want to use this gear. This is just me being stupid, like the fact that, you know, yes, if I get a kill, my skill cooldowns will go down by 2. I just thought it would be really cheeky and funny to try it out. But if I'm being honest, not only is this guy really amazing in PvE, but in PvP, I think that this was really good. Rune of Concentration is a really rare rune set that you can run, because not many people, you know, that, like, well, you know, most of the characters you're going to use their S3, right? But he's pretty much the only character that I can conceptually think of that has the chance to actually abuse the ability to ult twice. And then the only other character that I know that can do that is Special Costume Mary, and that's only if she actually dies and she comes back with the concentrated power. He actually can S3 if enough turns pass by without him losing his smug. He can then S3 again. As you saw, his S3 has a lot of attack scaling on it, so he can actually run concentration. He's probably like I said, only very rare characters can run concentration and get away with it. The fact that, you know, or they're going to be sped up or something like that, or there's going to be a lot of like weird team synergy to do that. He can literally run this by himself. The only other people that were running this was like Nyx in a team comp that was literally catered to her, to the point where, you know, that she was gonna have like 2-3 people go before her, and then she was gonna go and AoE nuke them, or people were putting it on Mina for the same reason. The dark team AoE nuke was a real thing. You don't really see it too much anymore, but yes, concentration. Phantom will also be, this is like a really weird set, but I think this is one of the sets you can actually buy with your arena points, which you'll probably never buy because of the simple fact that why would you ever buy this? Because I think you'd rather just save up for those awakening essences that are in the arena shop. But I do have to mention it because if you just run one set of this, if you just have it for whatever awful reason that you do, like I had it when I was having fun with Damien, because he used to have an evasion mechanic in his kit. You can actually run this, and it's pretty certain that you're gonna like dodge the first set of attacks for 1 turn. It pretty much guarantees he's gonna get his turn, and then he can start up his nonsense. And it's not that bad because there's not too many other crazy things that you can work with him besides, you know, the constant, the regular degular rage set. You don't got anything fancy, just go with the rage. You don't have to do anything like that fancy stuff. You don't got to do all this concentration. Just go with rage. He's an attacker. Just give him some DPS, a little bit of speed, and he should be good to go. Now, Assault, obviously, if you want him to crit when he does all that fancy stuff, then I would advise you to definitely get some crit chance. in there. Obviously, another thing I have to note, remember his leader skill is 15, and when he's smug he has 50, so it's about 65. I don't know how it actually calculates, to be honest with you, but having evasion substats, maybe 1 or 2, will actually, you know, help him out a little bit, you know, where you can give him a little bit more free evasion, then you probably don't have to run that silly phantom set that I was talking about. And last but not least, I do think Revenge, this would be a perfect room for him, holy. Revenge is also a really good set in my opinion because of the fact, like I said, he's going to be evading a lot. And another great way to, when you have a unit that is evading, is to give them a counter so that they can increase the time that they are doing damage when it's not their turn. He evades, he takes no damage, he hits them back, it does damage. Also, if it kills, he can get smug, so I think it's a really cool thing. Same thing I recommended with Tarkus. Tarkus, I definitely recommended multi-strike and counter because of that factor, because he has a something when something dies, it benefits him. I wouldn't necessarily put multi-strike on Jibanyan. I'd rather him just bring some of that heat, and that's kind of like how I want him. I just want him to hit hard, like boom, right there out the gate, and that's really substat based, but whatever. Then I want him to S3 to hit like a truck, and then everyone's dead, and then he's popping his dance, and then everyone dies again, and then he's popping his dance. Oh, Jibby doing the jank. Okay, baby. It's because I forgot to say we're going over here talents, but yes, 50 is going to be the attack, of course. What dungeon are we going to be? A Kali? He actually would actually be pretty godlike in Kali if we're thinking on our toes, right? Because he can sit there, he evades, he has an AoE hit that has constant access to. So I'm just saying, you might want to bring the boy against the ninja. You know, if he can dodge a truck, he can definitely dodge some ninja stars. That makes no sense. If you're going to be using him in arena, get arena. If you're going to be using him in the bosses, hit the boss. Most people go with arena, like I said, because I think boss only works on thing that has the title boss in it. So if there's a stage similar to, if we're thinking the Nina dungeon, where the first 2 stages technically do not have bosses, they're just really hard people, I think that does not count because they are not bosses. So just keep that in mind. Next up is going to be 54, and I'm going to have to go with defense here. If he gets hit, you don't want him to die. He's kind of squishy. Same thing here, damage taken in arenas, damage taken from bosses. What do you want to do? But since he does have an evasion mechanic, I would say that this is a really good option. It's probably the option I'm specifically going to be going for because it kind of works for him both. It benefits no matter which I'm using, and this will help him, you know, just gain random attack while he's not taking damage at all, and then he gets another attack boost, making his AoE clear even stronger, make it Super Saiyan. So that's pretty much how that goes. Then we're gonna go to the 58, and of course we're gonna go with crit chance. This is okay if you're thinking about, like, you know, there's so many characters with shields, and again, he get attacked when he won't actually take damage, and then he'll get penetration. Then he can kill that damage immunity, which is getting more popular as the game progresses. I'm pretty sure there's going to be more people, more shields. So penetration is definitely not that bad. But for the time being, I'm going to go with crit chance. I want his S3 to crit and deal a buttload of damage. Yes, a big old booty buttload. And then of course we have this, the passive. Beautiful. Here we go. The boy, the young. You see him cranking that? Oh my god, he's crazy. He's insane. He is insane. So that is obviously the smug passive. He starts off the match with it. So right now he has high evasion. He has all that good stuff. Let's check out the S1. Real quick 2-hit. See, all damage immunity right there. That's how you see, like, pretty much that's what it looks like when he has that up. So, you know, you can get that. Yeah, right? So let's check out the S2, which is another hit, gets the spark. So yeah, as you can see, we got the smug there, and it's gonna reset our cooldown. So now I'm gonna show you guys the S3, but we are gonna pretty much see within the video how long we can keep the nonsense up every little turn. So as you can see, like you see the +3, he's stacking his attack, and then boom, you hit him with the fact that I forgot to take a, see, that's why I did that. I did that on purpose. So we can actually yo, every video I actually edit that out because I always do that. I'm like, oh, let me showcase the skills, and I 100% always do that. It's hilarious. All right, so okay, so now it's on 2-turn cooldown. That's fine. We're gonna get a kill, then we're gonna get smug, and it's gonna go down for 1 turn, and then we're gonna have it again. Ooh. But you see, it only lasts 1 turn, and then once they get it off me, it's fine. So boom, we're gonna, oh baby, Paws of Fury. See, he's like the only one, like I actually saw that move. Like I couldn't find Komajiro. Oh baby, look at that. And then it finally hit me. At the end he hit me and it finally took it off. You see how crazy that is? There was 4 turns of them pretty much missing. And obviously when I do the S3 they're all gonna die, but it's fine because it's, you know, it's just this little fun thing here. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. It's very easy to show you how good he is, but this is one of the characters what, hey, evasion substats are good. It's actually good. Get that crit chance up, get this man doing multiple S3s back to back to back to back and clearing out houses. And remember, every day you are here at the casino is your lucky day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.